Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your man Z Moose coming at you live from the Moose Den. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had one interesting Monday session in Crude. In fact, I haven't seen a session like this in quite some time. We have done absolutely nothing. Normally, when we do absolutely nothing, there's a move approaching. If we revert back here to last Monday where absolutely nothing happened and we had a day like today and we fell off a little bit. Now, circumstances proven, we had the 34 EMA as a support. We don't have it as a support. In fact, we held the 34 exponential moving average on the 60-minute chart to the upside all day today. All day. We broke out of it a couple times but could not hold it. It's physically impossible. There were a couple times where I was almost convinced that we were going to snap to the upside, but we did not. So we take a look at the 5-minute. What did we do? We traded along the 34 exponential moving average, treated it somewhat like a pivot, and somewhat, as some people would say in an intraday perspective, as VWAP. The 34 EMA, for the most part today, acted as VWAP. We touched it, crossed above it and below it on multiple occasions throughout the lunchtime hours from about 11:15, 11:30 on to about 2 o'clock. We continued to chop along this. For about 2.5 hours, we chopped along the 34 exponential moving average. I got to my desk at 12 o'clock, and it was a boring day. I had to pretty much put up with scalping for the entire day, and that is not one thing that can be done with ease, shall we say, with crude oil. If we go and we take out and we check the 2-minute chart up top in the top left here, you can see that on a couple of the times that I marked off here, where the SMI looked either very overbought and looked like it was a good short, it was very oversold and looked like a good long. A lot of those checked out with the cross of the 5-minute below or above the 10-minute simple moving average. So, for the most part, after, I guess, 11 o'clock, we didn't get really any big swings until late in the session when we broke down below 82.30, which was one spot I was looking for heavy support. And we broke down pretty hard. We, in fact, got into the teens off of that. We actually saw the most volume that we saw, just checking it out here, that last 5-minute tick was the most volume we saw since the open. Really, since an hour after the open. Now we're popping a little bit as if we can see in the after hours, just checking the 5-minute, we just popped a little bit, and I think that we're going to see some interesting overnight trading this evening. I think that one thing that we can watch is the European session at 3. But for the most part, the dollar and light sweet crude are back to butting heads, and I cannot wait to see what we get when it comes to what the dollar is going to do and what crude oil is going to do in effect. So, we got the pullback. We got that little tiny pullback to 82. Where do we go now? We got a pullback to 81 a couple days ago. Where do we go now? My main question is that. Do we continue to go higher, or do we trade in this range for quite some time until we either break out or break down? Consolidation would be the best thing that we could possibly have right now in this market, because without consolidation, in my personal opinion, I think we'll be tanking. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck tomorrow. I will see you on the stream before my flight back to Boston. I am at home right now, enjoying some delicious homemade food and some fantastic weather and some fantastic time with family and friends. So I will see you back tomorrow on the stream, only for a little bit. Good luck. Have a blast this evening with whatever you are doing, and I will catch you tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week.